While some roasts are full of burns, others barely manage to sizzle. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 RuPaul's Drag Race roast wins and fails. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the best and worst overall sets from drag queens during the roast challenges from RuPaul's Drag Race and All Stars. We're basing our choices on a mix of train wreck routines, harsh reads, and how well each queen's delivery sold their material. Number 10, Alyssa Edwards, fail. Despite her usually hilarious antics in the workroom, Alyssa Edwards' sharp sense of humor fell flat at the roast of RuPaul.
I thought I had auditioned for RuPaul's next Drag Queen of the Year. Little did I know I was walking into the largest cross-dressing convention of all time.
Though she threw in some clever wordplay about cracks, her sloppy delivery hurt every joke she had. Edwards' attempt to call the competition trashy also felt obvious and a little undercooked for where she could have taken the idea.
But this is about you, Mother Ru. From the cracked out nights in the bathroom, or the cracking of your voice at every live performance?
Some smart puns and digs at Santino Rice came out half-baked as well, and showed potential for a great routine that was never refined.
Santino Rice? What the hell you know about winning something? But you and Coco Montrese do share something in common, okay? And that's not only your foolish wardrobe, but being a runner-up. Oh. Don't get bitter, just get better.
While the editing definitely played into how bad Alyssa's set appeared, her lackluster writing was what earned her a spot in the bottom 2 that week.
This was the best bunch of people you could get to come judge. Can I get a gay man?
Number 9, Valentina, fail. Valentina has unleashed some great reads in the past, but she crashed and burned trying to roast legendary drag queen Lady Bunny.
Rest in peace, Lady Bunny. Oh. Ru, this is the funeral, goddammit. What part of mourning don't you understand?
It didn't help either that she took 30 seconds to set up her first punchline, only to offer an underwhelming visual gag.
Oh gosh, I was running late and didn't have time to finish my goddamn eyes.
That was the joke? Okay.
Though Valentina's attempt at mocking her mask scandal was admirable, it was far too drawn out and simple. Her bizarrely gross and sexual jokes also focused too much on pushing the envelope rather than saying something witty. Given that the commentary about Valentina's stand-up was more entertaining than her actual material, this roast was painful to watch.
Lady Bunny is such a whore. Her sphincter ripped, and she's been using her dentureless gums ever since.
Number 8, Trinity the Tuck, fail. For Michelle Visage's roast, Trinity the Tuck spiced up her comedy with a colorful ranch girl persona. Despite some snappy farm humor, however, many of her jokes were just far too lengthy.
Michelle, every time I walk the runway, you have this pungent look on your face, kind of like you got a shit. I reckon they have some laxatives for that.
Trinity's continuous stream of childish poop gags lacked depth too, which resulted in plenty of silent responses from the crowd. Though she brought a side-splitting Caitlyn Jenner to her All-Stars Snatch game, her constant joke explanations at the roast of Lady Bunny hurt the set.
Bunny does have that special kind of face. Doctors use a picture of her to solve Viagra users with erections lasting longer than 4 hours.
Trinity's stiff execution was dreadful enough that she actually roasted herself in response as well. With this kind of poor writing in her stand-up, Trinity's roasts felt much longer than the short airtime they were given.
Is this the same Trinity from Snatch Game?
Wish they would have solved that joke, bitch. Woo.
Trinity should have just brought Caitlyn Jenner back to do this roast.
Number 7, Roxxxy Andrews, fail. Alaska left everyone with a hard act to follow at RuPaul's roast, but Roxxxy Andrews still managed to read her as a discount Sharon Needles.
Thank you, Alaska. A tired, boring, weird, second-rate version of your husband.
Sadly, Roxy's nerves ruined the rest of her routine as she stumbled awkwardly through otherwise decent material. Even a quick jab at Ru's age sounded mean thanks to her dry inflection.
You know, RuPaul, you'd love it for all of us to call you our mom. How the can I call you my mom if you're as old as my grandpa?
Roxxxy stopped so many times to insult Michelle that she deflated the impact of her wordplay too. Thankfully, she was cut off quickly though, as the editors were really emphasizing her mistakes through the audience. But Roxxxy's clunky performance was all the more agonizing since most of her good jokes couldn't survive her delivery.
Michelle Visage, with that much makeup, all of your wigs, and light on your face, maybe we should call you Michelle Mirage.
Number 6, Farrah Moan and Alexis Michelle. Fail. Tasteless jokes got particularly out of hand during Michelle Visage's roast, but they only reflected poorly on the people saying them. Farrah Moan's detail-heavy read on Michelle's fame just stated facts maliciously and didn't have a true punchline.
I find it hilarious that Michelle Visage judges a talent competition. I don't know about you, but don't you actually have to have talent to do that?
After Farrah's tactless quip about sexual favors, however, it was satisfying to watch Visage grimace in contempt.
Good thing she's been sucking RuPaul's dick for so long.
Alexis Michelle, on the other hand, insulted Fortune Feimster's career without any sort of comedic twist.
Fortune, you also know about playing second fiddle. You've been playing bull dyke to Chelsea Handler's alcoholic wasp for ages now.
Visage, on the other hand, was the only one laughing at Alexis's predictable STD humor. And her water sports gag was too obscure for Visage herself, let alone for viewers.
I have to congratulate you on really being able to take the piss. Just ask the UK men's water polo team.
Okay.
This shoddy writing closed Visage's roast on a sour note, and understandably landed Farrah and Alexis in the bottom 2. Number 5, Shea Couleé, win. It's a big risk to go first in a comedy challenge, but Shea Couleé brought a non-stop opening routine for Michelle Visage's roast.
This year, we are really switching things up. Instead of RuPaul, we are going to roast a man of true charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Unfortunately, he was unavailable, so it's going to be Michelle Visage.
Her initial backhanded compliment hilariously implied Michelle was a man, before she laughably cleared things up. Shea's lewd jokes got to the point quickly, which gave her plenty of time to savagely compare Visage to a urinal. Many of these bits worked best because she was able to add an even funnier twist to keep them going. Her closing line also cleverly deflected any haters towards her opponents. Between her sharp one-liners and momentum as a comedienne, Shea set the bar high for the rest of Visage's roast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, if you liked my performance, my name is Shea Couleé, and if you hated it, it's Nina Bonita Brown.
Number 4, Monét XChange, win. While prop comedy can be tacky at times, Monét XChange's glasses proved a goofy and lighthearted tone for her Lady Bunny reads.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life, liberty, and illiteracy of our dear friend Lady Bunny.
Though mentioning Beyoncé would seem like a compliment, Monét actually invoked Noel's name to riff on Lady Bunny's weight. XChange even pricelessly name-dropped some oversized mascots and presidents to give viewers a powerfully weird visual.
She was often called the Beyoncé of drag, not because she was rich and beautiful or famous, but because she looked like she was carrying twins.
Monét's ancient Bible references wittily ripped into Lady Bunny's age too. However, it was her detailed story about eating other queens that left everyone in stitches. Her friendly but zany roast kept people laughing from start to finish, and more than lived up to her reputation as a comedy queen.
You know, this reminds me of a story when we all went on tour. Bunny expressed that she wanted to eat a little Mexican. Poor little Valentina didn't stand a chance.
Number 3, Manila Luzon, win.
Dearly beloved, and Michelle Visage.
To capitalize on the funeral theme of Lady Bunny's roast, Manila Luzon made a dramatically gloomy entrance. Her excessive recoil upon smelling Bunny, however, was completely unexpected and hysterical. Manila touched on death too, just to comically read Lady Bunny for eating too much.
At least our poor Lady Bunny met her fateful demise doing something she loved when she choked to death at a hot dog eating contest.
And just when her jokes got incredibly saucy, she threw in another twist about the dearly departed's military-grade appetite.
When the doctors performed the autopsy, they found that she was full of semen and the aircraft carrier that they served on.
It was all these creative subversions of funeral cliches that allowed Luzon to stand out, and nab a spot in the top 2 as well. By getting Lady Bunny laughing and simultaneously burning her fellow queens, Manila had a roast worthy of an all-star.
Lady Bunny wants you to know that finally you're the pretty one.
Number 2, Peppermint, win. There was a loving quality to Peppermint's voice at Michelle Visage's roast, which just gave more punch to all the shade she dished out.
Ross, everyone says that your voice is annoying and high-pitched, but I actually love the sound of your voice right now. Don't talk.
Peppermint used this warm energy to praise Ross Matthews in the most backhanded way she could. She also questioned Michelle's outrageous negativity for a side-splitting deep cut on her book.
Michelle says no to everything. Michelle, you like my dress? No. You like my makeup? No. Bitch, where the hell were you when somebody asked you if you wanted to write that book?
Peppermint's research allowed her to deliver long-form jokes that actually stuck the landing, while also touching on subjects that her competitors missed. However, it was her genius Destiny's Child comparison that had everyone laughing the longest.
Michelle Visage, Michelle. Not since Destiny's Child has a Michelle become so famous for riding somebody else's coattails.
This fierce comedic talent and her great timing helped Peppermint win the roast challenge, and showed audiences she had the talent to go all the way. Before we get to our side-splitting number 1 pick, which was extremely difficult to choose by the way, here are some hilarious, or not so hilarious, honorable mentions.
Tonight we really do have an opportunity to salute empowering representation in the media. We have an out and proud lesbian comedian. Thank you so much, Ross Matthews.
Michelle's favorite movie in the world is Showgirls, and much like Nomi Malone, she relies on the talents of her black friend.
Michelle, you is such a tired asshole that when you got carpal tunnel from giving out free hand job, she just became left-handed.
I'm so confused.
Moving on to the man of the hour, RuPaul's secretary, Michelle Visage.
Oh, gosh. Could you imagine being born in a time with no Nintendo 64?
Number 1, Alaska, win. For the first ever Drag Race roast, Alaska set the tone by comically insulting Leslie Jordan and Michelle Visage at the same time. And her endless riffs on RuPaul's age were wacky enough to have Ru herself screeching.
Michelle Visage, you can take the girl out of New Jersey, but you can't keep the girl from giving blowjobs to homeless men along the New Jersey Turnpike.
From disasters to Judaism and some graphic medical issues, Alaska brought laughably great material on a topic that's usually overdone. In her critiques on RuPaul's career achievements, Alaska's snarky tone gave her comedy an edge many queens lacked.
RuPaul is so old that the Hindenburg disaster nearly destroyed her bat mitzvah.
This also allowed her to fire off particularly harsh words at Roxxxy Andrews while she was heading off the stage. This comfort to leave no stone unturned in her routine assured that Alaska never gave audiences a dull moment.
It is my great pleasure to bring to the stage our next entertainer, Roxxxy Andrews. And that's Roxxxy with 3 X's just like her dress size.
Oh! Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.